everyone, I'm Air Bubbles Cosplay, and welcome to the very first rendition of Chatting with Air Bubbles. I'm super excited because we're kicking this off with a good friend of mine, Momma Sammu. We've known each other for years
Many
now.
years.
So I really wanted her to be here to really kick things off, to share like some knowledge she has, and also just share the good vibes that she brings to the world with all of you, because it is a difficult time to say the least. So let's just spread some love. I think it's pretty good.
We're doing
Yeah.
our best to do that.
But in general, since a lot of the topics we're going to be covering are going to be close to cosplay, I really wanted to have you kind of go over like what is cosplay? What does it mean? Like, what is it?
All right, so literal definition words, I can't. Literal definition of cosplay is costume play, and it was coined at I believe a Worldcon in the 80s or so, and it is referring to dressing up as a character from pop culture. It can be, from anime, sci-fi, fantasy, all over the place, like anything, any kind of pop culture you can think of. Halloween to the extreme, I guess. And it can be anywhere from super accurate, getting exactly like it looks onto the screen, to I'm gonna make my own idea of like this character and put them in the 18th century, or put them in space or something. Like it's come to the point where it encompasses such a wide range of fandoms and so many people, and it is something that has truly become something that everyone can enjoy, and it truly it is a community that has the potential to be so very welcoming and just embraces the love of all things nerdy and just fun. It's like that we don't want to let go of the Halloween.
Yeah.
We don't want to let go of getting to dress up and be the characters that we absolutely love and bring them to life and meeting other people who love them as much as we do. So cosplay may mean costume play and dressing up as things, but it is also a community.
Yeah.
Sorry, don't mind me getting all feelsy over here.
All the feels. Yeah. What a better time to get into cosplay than around Halloween? I mean,
I mean,
let your
right?
imagination run wild.
That's
I'm pretty sure we
kind
each have multiple renditions of characters that we've
that's
made.
kind of where a lot of us got started, I think, of all of us like, oh yeah, Halloween. I'm gonna do this insane replica of, this beloved character. And people are like, hey, there are places that, you can do that year round, and we get, what?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So kind of a nice segue into this. Like, I know you've been cosplaying a while. So now
Mhm.
that people know what it is, tell us like a little bit about yourself. Like when you started, like quickly you can like shout out where you are most easily found on the interwebs. And like, I know this is gonna be hard, but what's your favorite costume? Those are the
You're not
ones I'm gonna ask you.
You're not allowed to ask that one. That's evil and cruel asking me that one.
I know.
So I have been cosplaying for 14 years. My first time officially, like, when I cosplayed was at KimuraCon 2006 in Portland, which is a convention that I am still attend, and I am very much involved with. I host the lip sync with them. So over the past 14 years, I have gone to conventions in other countries. I have competed in Australia. Yeah, I did that. I competed in Australia.
That's super
um,
cool.
that was like the first time I got into it. But so it's when I first started, my parents bought me a costume from China of Chi from Chobits. I was 14 years old, and people who know Chobits will probably give me a look of what? Your parents let you do what? Um, but I had a blast. I had been raised in sci-fi fantasy conventions, so I had been raised going to these nerdy conventions and seeing people dress up in costumes, but I hadn't gotten into cosplay. It very much was a anime convention term at that point. And so now it's people refer to it when you're dressing up as Superman or Wonder Woman. It's cosplay, and that warms my little anime cosplay heart. Just knowing, because that's where I started. I'm a nerd of all trades. I love all bits of nerddom. Um, so yeah, after my first KimuraCon, I wanted to start making costumes. So my mom taught me how to sew, and when I was 16, I made my first costume all on my own, Red 13 with full body paint. It's back in 2008 or 9, and Yeah, that I've been doing body paint for a long time. There's a reason I'm very comfortable with it.
I'm just gonna
Um,
recommend to people to not start with body paint, and if you do, do your research. That's all I'm gonna
do your
say.
research. I will say I am also a theater kid. I've been working with theater quality makeup at the time I knew where to get theater quality stuff. So it is one thing when you're getting into cosplay, like take the skills that you already have and use them in cosplay. There's all kinds of things that you could like, hey,
Yes.
I don't know how to sew, but I do know how to work with this foam over here. Like it's like yeah, I knew a guy who's like took yoga mats and a yogurt cup and made Iron Man.
That's amazing.
So it's it it was just when I started getting into it, I had no idea how much of my life it was going to become. I had no idea it was going to essentially become my career. It's what I do on the daily. On the I know I do stream on Twitch about 3 days a week, and I am Mama Sammu on all of the various social medias: Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. I'm most active on Instagram, and yeah, Twitch. I've gotten to the point where I want to spread the knowledge that I have to as many people as I can. And I've gotten to the point where there are people who are getting into cosplay who are full adults who are 10 years younger than me. And I'm having that moment of, oh my goodness, I am it's time to pass it on. It is time to be like, okay, don't make the mistakes I did when I was your age. Here's some, and it's amazing seeing the amount of stuff that people have access to because cosplay has become so much more popular over the years. Watching KimuraCon on my very first con, I think it was maybe 1,000 people when I first attended,
Jeez.
and now it's in the convention center at I think 10K plus.
So
Which and also just a quick plug, they will be having a digital KimuraCon at the first weekend of November, so that I will be hosting an event at. So just shameless plug there.
so I did want to say, what's your favorite costume, really quick?
Ooh, the favorite costume. I think Anastasia is still up there, though Jester is like because I love being her. So
Yeah.
favorite thing that I've created because I haven't done a photo shoot in her yet. But I think
Swoon.
yes, soon. Yeah, Anastasia is the favorite thing that I've completed and done like costume and created like creation wise. But Jester is my favorite cosplay to wear. My favorite character to be.
Yeah, I understand that. And
Hmm.
this is we're great at segues here. Um so we talked about a con. There's and even right here, there's lots of online cons right now, which means
Hmm.
contests and some people I feel like maybe are a little timid of getting into cosplay or getting in that community because a lot of things are digital right now. We
Hmm.
have like 2 more minutes, so I would love to like finish that off by being like, what is like a really solid tip you have for like either an early competitor or just kind of like early cosplayers in general? I mean, the first thing
Hmm.
I thought of when you talked about Jester and how much you love her is like pick a character you love. Like it's
Yes,
so awesome
exactly.
turning into that character. So yeah,
Because
what else do you have?
So yeah, so picking a character you'd love because if nothing else, if you're when cons are in person again, and I will say this, like virtual competitions are great, and you get to see a lot of people are able to, take video of very up close detail, but there's a certain rush to going on stage and twirling your heart out, showing off the
Oh
work that you have done, and just or striking a pose and just making a war scream to the audience as they cheer for you. And at that point, it's like, all right, I don't care if I win. I'm just so happy to be here. And that's the mindset I suggest every competitor go in with. Like, just go in with I want to meet other people who are just as passionate and as crazy to, stress ourselves out to make this crazy outfit, to go on stage for maybe 60 seconds,
yeah.
and show off. And it's where I've found some of my best friends. It's where I met you.
I know. I always
was com-
forget. That's crazy.
Yeah, we met competing together. We were in green rooms together for before we actually got to know each other. So that's go in wanting to improve because you will learn stuff from the people you are competing with. So
Yeah.
want to learn, show off, and just revel in you made an awesome thing.
Yeah. And like you said too, just to finish off, like don't be afraid to improve and learn from other people. Like
Hmm.
I'm gonna shamelessly plug you now. Definitely make sure to check out Mama Sammu. She is constantly making amazing things online and talking through processes. So if you want to learn something, like definitely pop into stream and ask her a question about it. Like we love to share the knowledge we have. Never be afraid to ask for help. So with that, I got your ats up there in the corner over here. We got at Mama Sammu everywhere, and then twitch.tv/Mama Sammu. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
joining me to kick this off with chatting with air bubbles. So
Thank you for having me.
we'll see y'all next time, friends.